so we need a light. I just wanna take you I just wanna take you. Okay, bam. Okay, much better. Okay, what's going on, people? 1 second. I just want oh, shoot. Oh. I feel like I gotta sneeze. Can we get this closer? Can we get like right up on me? Pause. And then can I turn the... Let's see if we can angle this like... there, maybe? Oh, cool. Yeah, that's much better. There we go. Perfect. Okay. What's going on, guys? What up, Ocean, Joel, Shonda, Donnie, Kix, Shirley, Reese. What up, y'all? That's cool that it shows like community participation. That's dope. Don't forget, everyone, hit the thumbs up. Let's get back on some hedonist. Actually, let's do the vetiver. Will it show? Let's do that real quick. Most durable cologne is body odor. What up, Kale? Man, that thing sprays hella light. Which one was this? Vetiver Molico? We don't do shout outs. We don't do random questions. This is Fragrance Lounge. I love that fragrance, so my gosh. You know, we don't discriminate. Anybody who puts an atomizer on a 2 ml or under gets a complete pass. 99% of FragCom will not even throw the Addy on the 2 or below and force you to get the 5 to 10. So I don't care. The fact that they looked out and I don't have to spend as much money because I'm getting this tiniest amount of juice just to try the fragrance, I'm Gucci. Love that fragrance. What up, Answar? Best JPG for summer? Really, any of them outside of Lamal Elixir. I think LeBeau. Probably Paradise Garden, to be honest. Oh, that fragrance is so good. Just got 11 new frags. Nice. Nice. What's your favorite one, Donnie? Do you wear vintage scents? No. I wear some vintage smelling scents, but not a the only stuff that I could even attempt to consider vintage. By the way, guys, hit the 3 buttons on the top corner. Hit the like, hit the 3 dots, and then hit like. If you run the likes up, YouTube will throw more people in the chat. The only stuff I can consider vintage or antique would be this Versace Dreamer, which is now almost 30 years old. So that could be considered antique. That's an original. And then this bottle of Marc Jacobs by Marc Jacobs, which I still have some juice left. And this is almost 30 years old as well. This is an original. Marc Jacobs by Marc Jacobs. This is what Cedrat Boisé got its inspiration from. Ah, that's so good. Let me spray that. But as far as like, do I have Camel's Toe from 1842? No, we don't got stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. When you're decanting, it's a pocket grab because most websites are going to make you buy a 5, 10, 15, or 20 ml just to get the atomizer. If you can't get the atomizer, you are not smelling the fragrance. It's going to break apart on your skin. You're not getting a full distribution of... There's even a difference in smell from a 2 ml atomizer versus a 50, 75, or 100 ml bottle. I remember trying the Discovery set of day 3. Beautiful atomizers in 2 mls, but when I went into the store and smelled the full bottle distribution, way different openings. So for me, as long as you look out for me in the sense that if I'm testing a fragrance, I don't want to waste a single dollar on buying more juice if it's not a fragrance I want. I want to get a 1 ml or a 2 ml. You throw that atomizer on there, I don't care how crappy it is. I don't even care if you put the fragrance in plastic. Good looking out. Still a great fragrance. Still a great fragrance. The Day 3 Discovery set has a water gun at the atomizer. Honestly, my Day 3 Discovery set, the atomizers were 10 out of 10. And the Discovery set is not 1 mls, it's 2 mls. Does it stick on cloth? Tree, that's a weird comment. Matter of fact, let me time you out. Weirdo. Weirdo. What's good though, guys? What are your fragrance questions, man? What can we do? What can we do amongst all of the buffoonery? I'm trying to show you guys some stuff some insider scent bubble stuff. What can I show you? Maybe we'll show you guys some graffiti. Some of the new ideas for the scent bubble merch. The Hawass Ice. Okay, so let me look up. Does it stick on clothes? I mean, I don't know what your question is, Anwar, but it's got great performance. How's it going, SB? We rocking Hawass Ice. That's what's up. That's what's up. Can the chemicals in fragrance be bad for your health and long-term use? Yeah, absolutely. What's the scent of the day? Today, my scent of the day was Lin Sumi. I was in the office today. I needed a beautiful green scent. This is, as you guys know, top 2 best office scents in a tie for first place with Tom Ford Gray Vetiver EDP. I just love this fragrance. This fragrance, you won't have anything in your collection that smells like this unless you have Dior's Eau Sauvage, and this is better than that by a mile. Oh, in the air, it's just like fresh green pine, cedar, and papyrus. Just one of the best scents ever in the office. Lin Sumi is actually very affordable. I think it's $40 or $50, but it's always sold out. The 2 places I see it re-release most often is Joma Shop and Fragrance by CA. They'll list it for 40, 50 bucks for 100 ml. But as soon, you have to turn on the notifications for this fragrance because every time they restock, it is sold out within a week. Same with this fragrance right here, Ombre Noir. This fragrance is always sold out, always. You have about a week to buy it when it resupplies, and then it is sold out again for months. What up, Lee? What's your cheapest bottle but you like? There's a lot of options. I was actually really impressed with Drakkar Intense. Modern Fougere with amber and booze. Smells like a really expensive barbershop beard oil with a little bit of rum and a little bit of, or a lot of bit of amber. The juice, the fragrance smells how the juice looks. If this was a beard oil, you'd have a very lush, high-end barbershop amber, slight bit of rum. This is the best Drakkar, easily beats Drakkar Noir and original Drakkar. That fragrance you can pick up for like 15 bucks. Apparently Drakkar Blue is not that great. I believe it. They were honestly, they were lucky to have a great release with Drakkar Intense. They should have just left it at that. They're trying to pull a cool water elixir type of sales pitch. Have you smelled Midnight Hour by Banana Republic? I just got it today and I like it, but wondering your take. It's an Aventus knockoff, so you know, it's a cool pineapple fragrance, probably one of the top 5 best Banana Republics, but at the end of the day, you know, you spend 15, 20 bucks on freaking Midnight Hour, you might as well spend 15, 20 bucks on any other pineapple fragrance. L'Aventure, Not Only Intense, Club de Nuit. But it's a good fragrance, so, I mean, if you have it, it's like cool, you know, but it's a pineapple fragrance, so it's you're happy to have it if you shop cheap. But, you know, Banana Republic fragrance is not the craziest with longevity. Midnight Hour has slightly better longevity than most of the other Banana Republic offerings, but it's an average fragrance. It's going to be a slightly slow stream tonight, guys. We're only going to be live for like 30 minutes, to be honest with you. But I had to come on and say what's up to the people. Tonight we just reviewed Le Labo Rose 31 and Polo 67. You guys probably won't see those reviews, though, for quite a while because we've got like 40 episodes in the queue right now. It has mango in it too, Willie, but I call it a pineapple fragrance because it's essentially an Aventus knockoff with a slight twist. I was going to try Drakkar Blue. Thanks for letting me know. Yeah, I mean, Drakkar Intense is easily the best Drakkar. Drakkar Noir smells like aftershave, very classic aftershave smell. Original Drakkar is old school Fougere. Drakkar Intense is modern Fougere, and blue is just not worth buying. We did Polo 67 EDT, which is surprising because when I was when I was reviewing it, I thought it was a parfum because it smelled like a parfum. It's actually a good fragrance, but you know, I gave it a 7 out of 10. I actually have that coming in, Joel, so I'll let you know what I think about it. What do you think about Mind Games? Mind Games is overpriced, but Mentor, Blockade, Double Attack, Jadoo, Grandmaster, those are all good scents, but none of them are worth the price. Kicks, that's hilarious. What are some of your good, lesser-known, affordable non-dupes? I don't carry a lot of them, but Lin Sumi is amazing, 40 bucks. Eros, 35 for 100 ml. Encre Noir a la Extreme, 25 bucks. This is a discontinued fragrance, Banana Republic Arctic Slate. Kind of an Invictus Aqua, but fresher, more of a Halloween Man EDT type of fragrance. Vintage Green 78. Perhaps top 2 best Banana Republic fragrance out there. Banana Republic Metal Rain. 90 Pure White Grassland. Ferragamo Bright Leather. 25-30 bucks. Best commercial leather possible. CK Everyone, CK1, and then all these. I mean, Bentley for Men Original, Bentley Black Edition, Bentley Absolute, Bentley Momentum Unlimited, Lalique White and Black, Lalique Equus, Lalique White, Lalique Pour Homme. All those are absolute banger designer fragrances that you can get for 25 bucks. What would you recommend instead of Mind Games? I mean, anything is cheaper than Mind Games. I would recommend... Well, it really depends on what fragrance from Mind Games you're chasing. Then we can make recommendations. If you were to just say, what should I get instead of Mind Games? There's a lot of options that you have. You can get Chanel, you can get Tom Ford, you can get Amouage, you can get Xerjoff, you can get Frederic Malle, Initio, Creed, Bond Number 9, Byredo, any of that. I'm just looking or hunting for banger freshies. Makes sense. Have you smelled French Riviera? I'm sure. I'm thinking of blind buying it, but unsure. You should not blind buy a fragrance of that caliber ever. You have to try it. You have to try it. I mean, listen, Mancera fragrances are some of the most commercial fragrances out there, but I don't care. Stop blind buying. I don't even want to see the phrase blind buy. It's a self-control issue. Stop blind buying. There's no reason. You're going to drop 100, 150 bucks for a fragrance you might not like just because it has high ratings. If I had a nickel for every high-rated fragrance that I hate, I would be able to buy a much bigger house than I have right now. Great freshie is Mahir Legacy Silver. Yes. What would you recommend for something like Double Attack? I think Double Attack's the cherry one. No? Let me check. Fragrantica Double Attack. No, the chocolate fragrance. Chocolate, vanilla, cinnamon, orange. Oh, okay. Yeah. So I would actually recommend a fragrance from the house of Day 3 called Philosophia. It's $155. It's an extrait, and it'll give you all those things you're looking for. The chocolate, the cinnamon. It's a good fragrance. Or another fragrance in that realm would be Born to Stand Out. And it's called Sin and Pleasure, I believe. But try Philosophia. I think that would be a standout for you, and it's the cheapest one at 155 bucks. Can you shout me out? No. We don't do shout outs. But I wish you the best of luck on your YouTube channel. Thoughts on Humbert Lucas Blue the One? Haven't tried it, Edwin. Any cologne to add to my smell list? Yeah, take a screenshot. Which cologne is your best go-to, your personal absolute number one? I mean, dude, do I look like I have a number one fragrance? Nothing on my shelf is trash. SB, what's a good manly not sweet signature? I'm 42. Not sweet? Highly signature. $40, Ombre Noir. Tobacco drenched in cognac, cinnamon, not insanely sweet, mostly only slightly sweet from cognac, but cognac, tobacco, papaya, and cinnamon. Sexiest fragrance for a man's man type of fragrance. Shoot, Bentley for Men OG. A barbershop with a load of rum and freshness. A super manly scent would be Lalique pour Homme. Basically a clone of Bois de Portugal from Creed, but you can't really call, I mean, I guess you could call it a clone. Bois de Portugal came out in 87. This came out in 97. 25 bucks. Massively timeless fougere. No sweetness at all. Another great scent for a 42-year-old, especially for spring, summer right now, is going to be Mancera Vetiver Sensual. Heavy, warm, ambery, bright citrus up top, dominant in lime. So it's kind of like the freshest photoreal lemon, lime, and bergamot amber top with a ton of vetiver in the base. Super bright, invigorating fragrance that can last well in high heat. Very masculine, very mature. You said non-sweet. Oh, this one's another banger. $20 to $25 Lalique Equus. Amber, vetiver, grapefruit citrus. They say bergamot. I get grapefruit. I mean, if you want to go big dog stuff, you know, we could hit you with Diaghilev. Diaghilev is the most masculine scent I've ever smelled in my entire life. This smells like either the President of the United States or the Supreme Court Judge of the United States. I'm just going to assume you're looking for affordable options because everything up here is north of 500 bucks. This is another great scent right here. A mere celestial cloning Ganymede, but way better. Heavy in violet leaf, so it's a little bit powdery, tiniest bit sweet, but this is mineralic, fresh, clean cut, white suede. Sexiest fragrance ever. Smells like you're on a cloud in heaven, but super masculine. You won't have a single fragrance in your collection like this. I would buy 5 bottles and hand them out to the homeless. Probably become man of the year. But yeah, I mean, if you want to talk Roja, Harrods, Burlington, Diaghilev, those are some of the most masculine scents I've ever put my nose to. Burlington, 1819. Yikes, that is man in a bottle. Yeah, those are a lot of great options for you. What's the best perfume to layer with the Zaro Most Wanted EDP? Honestly, you really shouldn't layer with Most Wanted EDP. I wish you would have got the Parfum instead, but I don't think that's a great fragrance to layer with Chamath. What's the best Xerjoff in your opinion? Too many to name. More Than Words, Monkey Special, 40 knots, Herba Gold, gosh, there's so many good Xerjoff fragrances. It's my favorite currently is the original Casa Marati Mephisto, best blue fragrance of all time in my opinion. Currently in my collection, sickly good blue, best blue to me. Yeah, Xerjoff. Yeah, I gave you a couple. Are you planning a Naxos? Absolutely. Are you planning to review House of Amouage? Absolutely. I've been taking my time with Amouage because Xerjoff and Amouage are some of the most challenging fragrances to wear. They all have commercial bangers. You know, for instance, with Xerjoff, you have Herba Pura, Herba Gold, stuff like that. That's really commercial. With Amouage, you have Interlude, Jubilee, Lyric Man, all that stuff. But even in their commercialness, they're still some of the most challenging wares. So I'm treading through those houses very slow, and therefore my reviews for them will come out more towards the middle of the year. But right now, I'm just really revisiting those and trying to understand the house because they have a more challenging set of fragrances. I'm doing good, Lit. Good to see you. Hacker, good to see you. Thoughts on Sauvage by Dior. If you're under 25, buy Sauvage EDP or Parfum. Parfum's a little bit spicier. EDP's a little bit sweeter. If you're 25 and up, go Sauvage Elixir and disregard original Sauvage. Do you have Jupe? No, I'm not a fan of Jupe. If you like Mahir Legacy Silver, I would like Vibrant Vetiver Delight. Yeah, you would. They're both lime fragrances. Paris Corner, A Mere Fascination will get better with time. It did for me. Hey, listen, my Fascination is 6 months old. So it has gotten a little bit better, but it may even take a year like Assad did. Should I get Pacific Chill? I don't think any LV fragrance is worth their price point. They're overpriced for their DNAs. I would get any Issey Miyake fragrance before a Louis Vuitton fragrance because you get the same perfumer and the same style of fragrance for under 50 bucks. But if I had to buy, if somebody had a gun to my head and I had to buy one LV fragrance, it would be Pacific Chill. I'm about to run out of 67. Can you recommend my next blue frag? I was thinking designer. Honestly, if you want Polo 67, but a better scent profile, then you have to upgrade to YSL-Y EDP. Do you like Azzaro Most Wanted Parfum? Yes, the only Azzaros that I even ever recommend is the Most Wanted Parfum and Wanted by Night Parfum. Every other Azzaro is trash to me. Your top 5 gourmand perfumes with beast performance. Well, 80% of gourmands are all beast mode. I do not like gourmands. The only gourmands I can currently recommend is Trace Oros from Day 3. This is amber, brown sugar, plantain, honey, and honey, plantain, brown sugar, bergamot, cinnamon, and amber. Amazing scent. Sexy gourmand. I would also go with a house called Born to Stand Out. They have a fragrance called Sin and Pleasure. That's a hybrid gourmand. Another pure gourmand that I really advocate for right now is a house called Kerosene, Kerosine. They make a fragrance called Unknown Pleasures, which smells like fresh baked lemon cupcakes in an ice cream parlor. There's a fragrance from Imaginary Authors. That's the house, Imaginary Authors. They make a fragrance called Slow Explosions, which is Tom Ford's Oud Wood with red sangria soaked in it. So that's another entry-level gourmand. Obviously, Angel Share is a good entry-level niche gourmand. What else? Philosophia from Day 3 is a good gourmand. I'm just not a huge gourmand lover. I like tame, supernatural, high-ingredient gourmands. But try any of those. Those are absolute bangers. Let's see. Have you tried Fakar Black? Fakar is a good rendition of YSL EDP. So is Latafa's Yeah. Kamra, best Kamra is Kawa to me. I didn't like the new one, and I don't like original Kamra. It's too sweet. It's not for men. What are the best Encre Noirs? There are none. I have all 3 of them, and the only one that's half decent is A La Extreme, but that is a replica clone of Chanel Sycamore. Most men can't wear that woody of a fragrance because it smells like a bonfire. But I use it as a layering fragrance with any fragrance that's feminine that I need to masculine up. I'll put a smoky ambery wood under it in A La Extreme. Encre Noir, most people hate it. Encre Noir Sport, most people hate that they bought it. Encre Noir A La Extreme smells good, but most men are intimidating in wearing it because it smells like pure wood. You know. The best Laliques, though, are Lin Sumi, Equus, Lalique Pour Homme, Lalique White and Black. What should I layer with Phaton? I wouldn't layer anything with Phaton. Phaton is basically Terre de Hermes, and Terre de Hermes doesn't need to be changed. I have Creed Aventus. Should I go for next? Pineapples, metallics, blues. Go Zara Man Black. Best affordable summer fragrance. Something better than Rasasi Hawass Ice. Affordable summer fragrances. Lalique White. Best white fragrance in the game. I call this fragrance Young Money. This is Bentley Black Edition. It's basically Creed Aventus, but take away pineapple and use fresh mandarin orange. This is what Aventus should have been in terms of balance. 25 bucks right there. Another spring summer banger, grapefruit, vetiver, and amber. This is Lalique Equus. You can get it for 20 bucks. You see the dent. The dent don't lie. Another spring summer banger that's a cheapie. Glorious Oud Royal Blanc is a clone. This is not Honor and Glory from Latafa. Glorious Oud Royal Blanc from French Avenue is a 1-to-1, 10 out of 10 clone of Initio's Musk Therapy. A slightly masculine take on white florals, slightly powdery, slightly sweet, but extremely fresh. This is my wife's current favorite fragrance to smell on me. If I wear it one day and then the next day I'm not wearing it, she says, "What are you doing? You were already sexy the day before. Put that back on." And that fragrance is $30 to $35. This is a great spring summer banger, 1-to-1 clone of Creed's Silver Mountain Water. This is Off Non-Supremacy in Heaven. You have bergamot, tea. It's metallics, bergamot, tea, and black currant. Great 1-to-1 clone of Silver Mountain Water. Extremely good, high performer, high heat fragrance. Elysium is a great fragrance from Roja. We have plenty of Rojas, but Elysium is one of the fragrances I'll never buy the OG of because this is a, well, the price has gone up because it's always sold out, but this is a Fragheads Asylum, 1-to-1 clone of Roja Parfums Elysium. Actually has better performance than Elysium. And it's from FOMO. You can get it on Fragrance by CA. It used to be $20. Now, because it's always sold out, it is selling for around $40, which is still insanely cheaper than Elysium. If you ever have considered Elysium, Tygar, or Louis Vuitton Imagination, Elysium is the best out of all 3 of those. And because of that, the clone is better than all the clones of Imagination and Tigar, which would be like Tarathi Blue, Aqua Dubai, Game of Spades, Wild Card or Full House, Intimation, all that stuff. But yeah, even for 40 bucks, this is insane. You have bergamot, grapefruit, vetiver, amber, aquatics. This is a citrus basket on aquatics, on amber, on vetiver for complexity. Sexiest fresh spring summer banger. Still insanely cheap. I don't know where the heck I put this fragrance. Oh, okay. Aqua di Gio Profondo. Your usual suspects of Bleu de Chanel. EDP. Still, you know, notorious dumb reach banger. Versace Eros, you can get 100 ml, which is the large bottle. I have the small bottle because I'm a little graduated from Eros, but you can never really graduate from Eros because it's the most complimented designer fragrance of all time. So for 35 bucks, you can get the largest bottle of Eros EDT, which is green apple, vanilla, vetiver, some sophistication, sexiest compliment getter. It can go sexy date night because of the vanilla, but it can also dial back fresh because it has mint in it, so it's got a cooling sensation. A lot of options for you. I'm not going to name my whole collection, but I definitely named a lot. Thoughts on Le Male Elixir? Le Male Elixir is the best Jean Paul Gaultier. It's the only Jean Paul Gaultier I will buy. All the other fragrances are great, but most of them suck at performance, and I think Le Male Elixir is the better. And in the clone world today, fragrance houses have perfectly cloned every Jean Paul Gaultier fragrance, including Le Male Elixir. So there really is no reason to waste your hard-earned money on Jean Paul Gaultier fragrances paying full retail. You have Lionheart, you have Kingdom. There's a Paradise Garden clone that was just dropped at the end of 2024. Le Beau just came out with Cod Lodge Island, which is 10 out of 10 Le Beau clone. They all have insane performance. So really, there's never a reason to buy any Jean Paul Gaultier fragrance in 2025. All the clones are superior, and they're about 20 to 40 bucks. Top must go to Lacoste Blanc or Versace Pour Homme or Versace Man Eau Fraiche. Probably Lacoste Blanc beats out Pour Homme in Eau Fraiche. But I would also challenge that by saying Lacoste Play in Red, and also Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Forever, and Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Eau Intense to add to those that would beat out those. No, appreciate it, Pede. Don't forget, everyone, hit that thumbs up. Yeah, guys, listen, if there's 50 people in here, hit the 3 dots up here or up here and hit that like button. YouTube will sprinkle a buttload of people in the chat. That way, you guys know me. I answer questions thoroughly. So while I'm working down the list, having more people in the chat means people answer your questions for you before I even get to them. Afro Leather Imperium. Okay, Donnie. I don't really think that was a question. Favorite summer Mancera Vetiver Sensual, without question. Without question. There are a lot of good summer offerings. Mancera Amberful, Lemon Oud Mint. I think Amberful is the best Mancera fragrance, blind buy worthy. You have Jardin Exclusive for more of your Herba Pura twist. You have you have Pearl. Pearl's another beach vibe banger. But to me, as a 36-year-old man, Vetiver Sensual all day long. The dent does not lie. But, you know, there's so many great fragrances from Mancera. Mancera is the best entry-level niche house. Favorite Nasomato? My favorite Nasomato easily is... I gotta find it. Right here. Baranda. Whiskey and Rose. One of the best fragrances I've put. Black Afghano is cute. But yeah, that's my favorite, is Baranda, without question. I'm wondering to buy Eros, Chanel, L'Homme Sport, Dior since I already have Aventus. Should I go for Mancera, Cedrat Boisé? A lot of people talk about Cedrat Boisé because Fragcom's talking that fragrance up so much, but I think everyone who's considering a Mancera fragrance should always start with Amberful. Amberful is a bright amber vetiver citrus fragrance. It's better than Instant Crush. It's better than Lemon Oud Mint. It's better than Aqua Wind. I just think everybody is madly in love when they get Amberful. Everybody is not madly in love when they get Cedrat Boisé or Instant Crush or some of the, the coffee one, Amore Cafe. Those are not blind buy worthy. They're specific to a type of person. But Amberful, I don't care if you're 5 years old or you're 55 years old, everyone loves that fragrance. It's got insane performance. It's unique. It's bright. It's happy, but it's luxurious. Get Amberful. So, Cedrat Boisé is not the fragrance you buy as your first Mancera purchase. That is, Cedrat Boisé and Cedrat Boisé Intense is basically an antique fragrance to the Mancera house. So many more offerings from them are more modern. So unless you're a grown older man, you really shouldn't even be buying Cedrat Boisé anyway. I mean, if you want a good alternative to Cedrat Boisé, get Amir Cedrat Essence. This is 1-to-1 Cedrat Boisé. This is 1-to-1 Cedrat Boisé with a note of honeydew green melon. You get the luxury, you get the fruits, you get all that, but then you get a note of honeydew lemon, way more of a modern take on Cedrat Boisé. And that fragrance is like 20 bucks. Do you like Lacoste Blanc White? Yes. Is it good to have a sweet everyday perfume for school? The only sweet fragrance I will recommend as an everyday wear is like Halloween Man EDT, Invictus Aqua, or Prada Luna Rosa Ocean if you're in school. Just purchased Mont Blanc Explorer. Absolutely love it. Would you pass on Eros Energy? If you have Mont Blanc, Explorer, you do not need Eros Energy. The next upgrade, if you want to be a man, is going to be Armaf Club de Nuit Peugeot 1. That is truer to Absolute Aventus than Mont Blanc Explorer. Mont Blanc Explorer is kind of like an old clone of Aventus. I don't wear City Rhythm. Great, affordable, independent house, but I don't wear them. I can't find that FOMO joint anywhere. Yeah, it's always sold out. If you can find it anywhere and it's sold out, turn on your notifications because every time it drops, it sells out immediately. Does he even own a Mancera? The only Mancera that I carry currently is Vetiver Sensual. But if we look, when it comes to niche, guys, I'm a real snob. So for me, all the Manceras that I carry are in testers. I'm not one of these influencers that freaking blind buys, okay? I have no shame in testing every fragrance until I'm madly in love and can justify my purchases. I refuse to blind buy. So in my testers, I have over 10 Manceras. But worthy of my purchase, only one. And there's no shame in that. But it doesn't mean I can't speak on the fragrance because I have the fragrances. You ask me about Jardin Exclusive, I can smell it right now. You ask me about Pearl, I can tell you right now. You ask me about Amberful, Aqua Wind, Instant Crush, freaking Vetiver Sensual, Amore Cafe. All these fragrances I have. So I don't need to waste my money on a 100 ml bottle to tell you if the fragrance is good or not. Point blank, period. I mean, I think I have enough bottles of fragrance to have some level of authority in having an opinion about all these fragrances. And I do not, under any circumstance, speak about a fragrance that is not currently in my office. I will not do it. I'm not going to tell you guys about a fragrance that I smelled at Neiman Marcus 6 months ago. No, I'm going to tell you about fragrances that I carry in this office so you can trust that if Scent Bubble gives you an opinion about a fragrance, it is because I have it. Do you have Bulgari, Terray, Essence, or Rye? No, I don't. The only Bulgari that I currently own in full bottle is Man in Black, and that's because it's the only fragrance that I like from Bulgari. I do have Legeme and a couple of others in samples, but I was not fond of Bulgari as a house. I was actually quite unimpressed with that house, and I smelled everything in their collection. Thoughts on new Carolina Herrera Elixir? It's good. It's good. Elixir worth buying if you already have Bad Boy? No, it is not. Bro, do you have anything for the ladies? I got my wife a few and she's hooked now. Absolutely. Day 3 fragrances. Day 3, but instead of Trace Oros, get her Bonnie. B-A-N-I. She will love you forever. Thank me later. Thoughts on Latafa Assad? My Latafa Assad took 1 year to macerate. I hated it until 1 year went by, and then I loved it. We're going to sign off soon, guys, so put your questions in the chat. Consider confused earlier. It's all good now after listening to you. Thanks, man. Absolutely, Aman. And I have tons of reviews on my YouTube page of a ton of different Mancera fragrances, and I interview a ton of people who recommend Mancera fragrances as well. Do you like Coach Platinum? No, I'm a Coach for Men guy. I think Coach for Men is the most well-made Coach. Coach Green's cool, Coach Blue's cool, Coach Platinum is good. They're all good, but I think Coach for Men, it's just an original. You know, with Spice Bomb as well, Night Vision's cool. You know, the leather fragrance is cool. You know, Infrared is cool, but I think Spice Bomb Extreme will always be the best Spice Bomb. When the live first started, I told you to have 11 new frags. Responded and said, when I got upstairs, I would let you know. When the live first started, I told you I got 11 new frags. Yeah. No, I remember that. Do you think Banana Republic Dark Cherry Amber is too feminine? Yes. Do you own Coach Platinum? No. I only carry Coach for Men, but I'm very familiar with Coach Platinum because I go to Sephora and Ulta Beauty about twice a week. So I'm very familiar with it, and I prefer Coach Men over Coach Platinum. I prefer it due to the complexity. Platinum is a good, strong scent, but Coach smells better. Original Coach for Men smells better. And I actually think I even prefer Coach Green and Blue over Platinum. But politically, most people prefer Coach for Men or Coach Platinum before they move to Coach Blue or Coach Green, just because of performance. When's the next Rate Your Collection? Probably about a month from now. Right now I have about 7 submissions. I normally don't like to do Rate My Fragrance Collection till I have about 15. Tell about the fragrance that girls love. In my collection, women love Taif Oud from Roja. They really love Trace Oros from Day 3. My wife falls out of her chair to Musk Therapy. I have Musk Therapy over there, but also this amazing 10 out of 10 clone, Glorious Oud Royal Blanc. Women fall out for this fragrance right here by Killian Straight to Heaven, but it sucks on performance, but I don't care. It's still a lady killer. If you like Instant Crush, or sorry, Leighton, and you want an alternative that isn't a clone, it's a designer, Lalique White and Black. Very nice Leighton alternative. I actually prefer this over Parfums de Marly Leighton. Sexy lady killer. You like Cinnamon and Amber and Vetiver. Teriyaki Intense from Quentin Biche. Nice little $30 cinnamon banger. Amir Fire Your Desire. Praline. Cognac. Vanilla. Cinnamon. Great fragrance for a romantic date night. Fire Your Desire. Clone of Angel Share. You know, women like 2 things. Hyper masculine, hyper sweet. So you need to know your girl. Does your girl like super masculine men? Stay away from sweetness. If your girl likes you to kind of smell like her, you go sweet, you know? It's like Creta Ventus is a masculine scent and it pulls women. But Givenchy, Gentleman Reserve Privé, or Dior Homme Intense are complete opposite end of the spectrum and still pull just as much chicks. But it depends on what the girl is you're dealing with likes, and plan accordingly. What can I add to my collection? I currently have 9 PM Le Male Elixir, so you basically have the same fragrance there, Polo 67 and Sauvage EDP. What can you add to your collection? You need a fresh fragrance, so I would go Acqua di Gio Profondo add in there, so you have a good everyday fresh aquatic. You don't really have a nice work scent slash masculine scent, so I would do something like Ferragamo Bright Leather. Ignore the word leather. This is the most wearable leather on the planet. It's like a blonde leather, so it's very fresh. It feels more like suede with a ton of lemon, but I hate saying that because that doesn't really smell that good. This is basically a lemon blonde leather. It smells so good, guys. You just got to trust me. I don't care if you work at Dillard's or you work at a financial planning facility. This will either go with a briefcase or with a t-shirt, but you just smell like a good masculine man, but it's got a young feel to it. I would say the sweet spot in age for this is like 18 to 30. What about Drake's new Summer Mink? I just reviewed that a couple of days ago. It's a women's fragrance. I don't care if they say it's unisex, it's a women's fragrance. Most women think it's great. Most men hate it, but most kids love it. So if you're a man and you're 25 and under, you'll love it. As you start to get older, it's basically just vanilla and musk. Do you like Assad? It's cool, but I gave it away. What could be your first niche frag? Anything from Mancera. What do you think about Al Haramain, Amber Oud, and Aqua Dubai? Both great fragrances, affordable and nice. LV Symphony, LV City of Stars. I don't know what your question is. How do you decide which frags go on which shelf? To be honest, I used to do it based off like niche only, designer only, clone only, but now I kind of just do what I feel. Here's the dilemma I have with my collection. I don't care about price. I don't care about niche, clone, collector, whatever. Here's my problem. Like with Rojas, I have 7, right? So ideally, you'd want all the Rojas to go together because it for a display purpose, but from a utility standpoint, it doesn't make sense. Like, I think eventually what's going to happen is I'm going to sort based off of season. So I'm going to do, and I'm not going to be that technical with it. Like, I'll probably sort by cold weather, warm weather, and then I might do like an occasion base where it's like my formal scents and my date night scents. And then from there, we'll just do hot weather, cold weather. I don't like being overly technical, but right now I'm just kind of sorting based off of collections. So Rojas, I want them all together. Lalique, I want all my collection together. You know, I put some Badissia together. But yeah, that's my dilemma is like, am I sorting to make the bottles all look good together, or am I sorting so that when I'm looking for an office fragrance, I don't have to look up and down my entire shelf for an office scent? I'd rather just have all my office scents together, all my date night scents together, all my fresh spring summers together, all my interesting artful stuff, all my lounge stuff together. When I do that, it's not going to look as cool, but it'll actually serve me best. Honestly, Jag, I really don't think you should entry into French Riviera, man. Just get Amberful, bro. You guys got to stop stealing your mom's phones. Both of those have great performance, Raj. Both of those have 8 to 10 hour plus performance. What's a good business professional cologne? My top two office scents, and I wear a suit and tie to the office, but you know, I don't really care. If you're looking for a formal work scent, these are my top two. Grey Vetiver is the most professional, non-offensive signature scent of all time to me. Grey Vetiver from Tom Ford EDP. I'm a vetiver sucker, but there's just something about this. It feels like James Bond in a gray suit hopping into a gray Jag with white interior. It's just so clean, soapy, sophisticated, small scent bubble, super professional, super signature. Everybody will remember you. So easy to wear. That scent is my tied for number one with this fragrance right here, Lalique Linsumi. When I'm in an office and you're smelling papers and printers and, you know, I deal with retirees a lot, so I'm talking to old folks and people in suits and stuff. Sometimes I like a nice fresh scent because when I'm in the office, I want to feel the outdoors in the office. So this is the best green scent to me. This is like pine needles and papyrus being, you know, being brushed down a riverbed of cold water. It's got a cold water feel to it, and then a super green pine cedar. It feels like you're walking through the most pleasant forest of all time with an aquatic brush through it. So it's super modern. It's basically Dior's Eau Sauvage, but way more modern. Those are, to me, those are the two best office scents, period. If you ask me, like, well, I don't want to buy those, then I would just give you some generic offerings like Ferragamo Bright Leather, Acqua di Gio Profondo, you know, Dylan Blue, Mont Blanc Legend Spirit, stuff like that. But to me, nothing has beat out those two scents in the office as far as compliments and like doing exactly what an office scent should do. Now, there's some other offerings that are sophisticated, work durable scents, like Lalique White is an incredible office scent for sure, but it just doesn't hold a candle to these. Lalique Equus, Amber Vetiver, Slight Grapefruit, sickly good, underrated office scent. But again, to me in the office, it's so hard for me to run away from Grey Vetiver and Linsumi. They're just some of the best office scents of all time, in my opinion. It's hard to walk away from. And I'm a guy who wears a new fragrance every single day, but when it comes to the office, I miss those fragrances so much. I mean, value is subjective, Raj. Either you agree with them or you don't. I've never heard of Day 3 before you because you seem to love the line. What's with that? Are they new? They've been around for 5 years, but they are the fastest growing independent niche house, I think, in the world currently. It's just a great house, man. Get a discovery set. You'll see what I mean. Best green apple frags other than Greenlee, probably Coach Green, Nautica Voyage, Polo style, Lacoste Red Style in Play, Rasasi Hawass, Invictus Aqua. Do I have any other green apple frags? Green apple. Grassland, Banana Republic. Do you think Armaf Peugeot 1 is a good blind buy? It's the best Aventus clone out there. So yeah, but if you don't like smoky pineapple on birch with oak moss, don't buy it, because no matter how good that fragrance is, if you don't love Creed Aventus Absolute, don't keep buying Aventus clones. But if you're looking for the best Absolute Aventus rendition, yes, that is not only the best fragrance, but if you like Aventus, it smells incredible. It lasts 12 hours plus. It's the best formulation. It's the highest compliment getter. Easily. Off Non-Supremacy Collector's Edition is not the same fragrance as Pre-Show 1, and they are polar opposites in the Aventus world. I don't know why influencers say Collector's Edition smells like Aventus. It does not. It is not Aventus. It is more Hasavat, which is an entirely different makeup, different pineapple, different base, different structure entirely. They smell worlds apart. So if you were looking for Aventus, you were misinformed to go to this fragrance. You should have went to Pre-Show 1. It smells nothing like Collector's Edition. The only reason they're connected is because they both are pineapple on woods fragrances. But the pineapple is different, the woods is different, and the style is different. Well, Jag, you're 14 years old. You really should never wear Creed Aventus. You shouldn't even be thinking about Creed Aventus until you're like 22 years old. Once you get some chest hair, you've been in a woman's arms, you pay your phone bill, then you're gonna love Creed Aventus. But right now, if there's ever a pineapple fragrance that you dig, it's gonna be Eros Energy. And if you don't like Eros Energy, then you should just stay away from pineapple, because Eros Energy, Absolute Aventus, and Hasavat is the age progression of pineapple fragrances and the best offerings. You go, so right now the best pineapple fragrances to get, and again, there's others, but I mean commercially and politically. You go, as a young man, you have Eros Energy. As a mid-range man, you go Absolute Aventus. As an older man, like my age and up, 35 and up, I'm 36, you get Hasavat. And then the caveat is this fragrance right here, Tres Oros, because it goes pineapple plantain. So this is basically Hasavat in the date realm. Or yeah, Hasavat in the date realm. What in your collection you think Jay-Z would wear and Nas would wear? Probably something real rugged and raw. Well, Jay-Z would be a cigar kind of guy, so Jay-Z would rock Ombre Noir, and it would go well with any of the cigars he rolls around with. He'd absolutely love this. Nas is more of a sophisticated guy. You know, he's in stocks and crypto, so he would like a real artsy scent. Actually, this would be an incredible Jay-Z scent too. Straight to Heaven by Killian. I could totally see him wearing that. Nas would be something a lot more artful. Yeah, Nas might rock something like a Taif Oud from Roja. You know, something different. Yeah, that's a Nas scent for sure. What does animalic mean on Fragrantica? Animalic is anything that comes from animals. Musk, ambergris. Oud is animalic, but oud imitates scents that you would typically get from excretions from animals, so they call it animalic. Leather can be called animalic because it's associated with animals. It is an animal. Yeah, so it's all your civets, you know, your deer musk, all your different variations of musk, your ouds, your leathers, and then all the other weird stuff, whale sperm, you know. I don't know if I'd ever take calls, because you'd have to be someone I know. I would never do random calls because the world is just full of trolls. But yeah, I don't think I'd ever do calls on my channel. I would have guests though, for sure. What frag is Devin Booker wearing? Devin Booker is totally a Creed Aventus guy. I know that because he lives here. And I have some friends who dated him. Nick Richards, I really don't know what he'd wear. All right, guys. I know we're at 40. Listen, I love the engagement. I love the questions. I love you guys. It's the only reason I go live. But it's time for me to sign off. If there's any questions you guys have, please put them in the comments section below. And I hope I earned a subscription, guys. Trust me, subbing is free. If you don't like it, unsub. But I drop 2 to 3 videos every single day, and I've consistently done that for the last year. We're about to approach 1 million views on this channel, and in the short time I've been going hard on this channel every single day. We have, I think, like 2,200, 2,300 subs. I'm very proud of that. I'm proud of the community more than the numbers. But if you want to be a part of a free community of respectful, awesome individuals that love fragrance of all ages. I mean, shoot, kids come in here, as you guys have seen. Grown men come in here. Moms come in here asking me about their kids. Women come in here asking me for their men. Men come in and ask for the... It's just a very diverse, colorful community. You know, I'm dropping content in that realm all day long. Clone, dupe, niche, inspired, designer. We do it all. Independent niche. So anyways, guys, love you. Appreciate you for participating. And I hope you guys have a blessed night.